Thanks so much, Nick. Again, thank you to all of the organizers for getting into this seminar series. Looking forward to it this summer. Today, Dr. Kelly and I are up and featuring some of our work from our labs here at Auburn University. So I'm going to give a quick overview of my lab and then hand it over to Dr. Kelly for some comments after too. So I'm an assistant professor at Auburn University. I've been here since January 2021. I have an 80% research appointment and currently teach Introduction to Fish Health for our undergraduate and graduate students. Currently in the lab, I have 6 master's students, 2 co-advised, 3 PhD students, 2 co-advised, incoming postdoctoral fellow, lab manager, and then 2 undergraduate researchers in our laboratory as well. So with that, my laboratory is located about 5 to 7 minutes outside of main campus in Auburn, Alabama. We're at the E.W. Shell Fisheries Center out here with 3 other PIs. With that, we're on 1,600 acres, a lot of pond space, a lot of indoor space. I have my fish health lab there alongside 2 BSL-2 level pathogen challenge rooms, so we can do a lot of in vivo work too. So given where we're located, of course, in Auburn, Alabama, we do a lot of work, all of our faculty in School of Fisheries with the catfish producers in the U.S. With that, we have a big interest in doing a lot of bacterial pathogen work with the major pathogens in the catfish industry. Those include Edwardiella species, Aeromonas hydrophila, as well as Colmenares-causing bacteria. My lab has also focused on doing work related to pathogen co-infections, bacterial, and bacterial viral over the past few years as well, and starting to look in those dynamics and starting to understand the catfish response to mixed infections. Additionally, we have some ongoing work, a Southern Regional Aquaculture Center project looking at Colmenares disease vaccine development. Courtney Harrison is spearheading that effort in my lab and working with collaborators across the U.S. So very excited about that project. Additionally, we do quite a bit of work alongside Dr. Alan Davis and Dr. Kelly, looking at new lower cost feed solutions to enhance the health as well as nutrient uptake for catfish producers mainly. My lab also works with tilapia, shrimp, and largemouth bass, as you'll see in presentations today too. Another facet is we are also interested in delivery methods for vaccines. We're looking at microparticle delivery for tilapia and catfish pathogens. And with that, I'll take any questions that you have, and I'm going to pass this over to Dr. Kelly. So thank you all so much.
Well, good morning, or I guess it's good afternoon in a lot of places. I'm Anita Kelly, and I'm also with Auburn University, but I am over on the western part of the state at the Alabama Fish Farming Center. And our center, to give you a little bit of background, does a lot of extension research, and we do have a fish diagnostic laboratory here. We are located in Greensboro, Alabama, which you can see is the catfish capital of Alabama. We have an in-house laboratory where we can actually diagnose diseases that the producers actually will bring into us. We also have a unique item. It's the mobile diagnostic lab, which we are able to take out onto farms, which gives us a much better idea of what's going on with the environment during fish health problems. Some of the things that we're looking at here, we are actually looking at persistence of the top 3 bacteria that actually cause the most losses in our catfish industry over in the western part of the state. And that includes Colmenares, ESC, and VAH. And in a laboratory study, we were able to see that we could get ESC and VAH to last quite a bit longer than we could Colmenares. But these are things that we'll be looking into changing up perhaps the way that we do the assay with Colmenares compared to the other 2. This hopefully will help us identify as well why some of these ponds have chronic outbreaks of these different diseases. One of the other things that we're looking at, and I would like for you to please pay attention, first of all, to, let me get a laser pointer, this little gray box here. These are the temperature ranges in which Aeromonas hydrophila, particularly the virulent strain, breaks out in western Alabama. We normally would see it primarily mid-July through the end of October is when it would cause a lot of problems. Once I got here in 2019, we started to see it appearing over here in these zones in the spring where you'd see it from March to maybe into July. But now we're seeing it all year round, and we're seeing an increase in the number of cases that we see when the water temperature is below those that are really available for Aeromonas to persist. And so we want to look at what's the difference between the cold water species of this particular bacteria, and does it make a difference? Is there a difference in the genes? Are the genes turning on at a different time? So we can hopefully understand this particular disease a little bit more. One of the things we want to look at is we have a big fish problem with hybrids. This little fish right here is a market-sized hybrid catfish, and these are all over market-sized catfish. We had them up to about 50 pounds, and you can see from this graph that if you look at the years, we're getting fish that are 11 years old that are still in these ponds, but they never seem to be affected by the diseases. And why is that? Are they carriers? Do they have something that's preventing them from getting the diseases that occur out there? So we have a student that's actually looking into that as well. We also are looking into bird predation and the diseases. This is a pond that has nothing but cormorants on it. And so we are actually going out and sampling the bird populations, and we're taking buccal and cloacal swabs, and we will be looking for if there's a chance that they're passing these diseases on as they go from pond to pond. We know some of them do, like the white pelican, but some of the other ones we're not sure of yet. And with that, I'm going to put my information up here. If you want to get in touch with me, or if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out.
Great. Thanks, Tim and Anita, for the brief overview of your programs. It's great to see what's going on down there with your groups in Alabama. Folks, if you got a question or two, we can take those quickly. Either drop them into the chat or feel free to unmute yourself and ask them directly. All right. If not, thanks a lot for the presentations.